What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. This is episode number 17. We're starting today's episode off on the back of our dramatic last second winner away at the San Siro in the Coppa Italia last 16. And of course what followed in the what preceded that in the transfer window, where of course we sold Saponara to Lazio, who are our first opponents today, and it was a very boring goalless draw, if I'm being totally honest. One of the worst games I've played in FIFA in quite a while. But yeah, goalless draw against Lazio, and of course the signing of Volpato as well. Second game of today's episode after the goalless draw away in Rome. Salernitana away in Salerno. Oh my goodness, when you talk about non-league sort of defending there, I don't know what happened. Yep, Salernitana won themselves an early penalty, but I made at least 2 mistakes in that one passage of play there. And like I mentioned before, you know me, I don't hide anything, I don't sweep anything under the rug. What the was I doing there? I mean, seriously, took the ball away from Caprino of Alexandro when there was no need whatsoever, and my number one was going to claim a very simple cross, and then with Lavia just dived in for no reason whatsoever there. Stayed on my feet, but the ferocity, if you will, of the tackle was far too strong, and a definite spot kick as Caprino was sent the wrong way and Salernitana took the lead. So awful goal to concede early there from the spot. We would level it 23 minutes in though. Buffon with another goal, whilst Volpato has come in from AS Roma. I still plan to keep Buffon as my starting playmaker. He has been all season long. If you remember last season, he spent a lot of time playing as a left striker for me alongside Cutrone, but because Colombo's come in and taken to this Como team like a fish to water, in order to play Buffon, he's got to go back to his natural CAM role. That's where he's best anyway, and he scored both my goals in this game as he was absolutely dominating. Unfortunately, so was this guy. It was a great individual battle here between Guarassi and Buffon. He scored from the spot, and he scored this beautiful free kick from 28 yards, I'd say, there to make it 2-2 as Salernitana leveled it. Really topsy-turvy game here away in the beautiful city of Salerno. Was there going to be a late winner though? Well, as you'll see, with 17 minutes to go, there would be. Yep, Dragovic turns in a Colombo cutback at the far post of Croatian left, totally unmarked. He turns in from a tight angle to make it 3-2, and from that point onwards there, Salernitana just didn't have enough in the tank to come back once again. 10 minutes on the clock, a chance to wrap it up. Colombo gets around his man. He's so strong. He's so strong. I've messed up the one-on-one, don't get me wrong, but as Buffon finds Dragovic, once again a simple tap-in for the Croatian, that would make it 4-2. But you see the strength of Colombo sort of bustle his way through there. I absolutely love that. And listen, we all accept that, you know, pace is king in FIFA. We all know that. Let's be honest, there's no denying it. It has been for a long time, and I think it always will be, if I'm being totally honest here. But never underestimate the importance of strong, bulky players that can use their body as a good frame, and with the strength as well, keep hold of that ball. Colombo there, he showed no pace. He literally just said, come take the ball off me, because he's going to shield it with that big body of his and use that strength to ensure he keeps holding the ball. Yes, okay, I missed a one-on-one, or I messed up the one-on-one, I should say, but even so, it still resulted in the goal. Had Colombo not had that strength there, he would have been out muscle comfortably, and that chance to wrap it up would have been gone. But instead, we do hold on for the 3 points, courtesy of Dragovic bagging that brace later on. So 4-2 win away in Salerno, big victory there. Question was, could we follow on from it? Following game, heading to Sardinia, Cagliari away, Coppa Italia quarterfinals. We're both the informed teams in the Serie A right now. We're both going for a shock Champions League place, but we're also meeting for a place in the final 4 of the Cup as well. 17 minutes in, I conceded yet another penalty diving in. Really needless there with Alexander. And once again, I don't leave my feet, but it's just too strong. It's far too strong of a challenge there. I think I got the penalties mixed up, sorry, but even so, definite penalty, and I couldn't have much complaint. So once again, sent the wrong way, this time by Manolo Gabbiadini, and Cagliari get themselves in front. Just like the previous game though, away in Salerno, we would level soon afterwards. Colombo heading in that corner, making it 1-1, and 3 minutes to go before the break, once again aiming to flip the script, turn the game on its head, and pick up another big win, and progress to the final 4 of the Cup for the first time, I believe, in Como history. Well, we get ourselves in front right before the break. Luca Warwick, Koleosho. He's still here. He's still here. It's just hard to get him into the team now, you know, because Spinazzola practically starts all my games on the left-hand side. So it's coming in. And obviously on that right-hand side, we play Colombo or Collar. So it's hard to get Luka Warwick the game time, really. And like I mentioned before, in our system, playing a 5 at the back or 3 at the back, depending on what I do with my wing-back / wide midfielders, it's hard to get him the game time because he's not a defensive player at all. He can't track back. He can't do that role, you know. So it's hard to get him the game time. I started him in this game. He made it 2-1. And then in the second half, we completely turned it on. Colombo belting one in off the post to make it 3-1. And then that man I just mentioned there, Lucas Collar, drills in to make it 4 as he scored 2 goals in 5 minutes and progressed through to the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia for, again, I think the first time in club history. We're in the final 4. We'll take on Lazio in the semis, Fiorentina face Roma in the others. Oh man, Ternana so close to making the semis. That would have been amazing there, the Serie B side going all the way to the final 4. But, and Palermo as well, to be fair. Palermo was to the Serie B side at this point. But even so, yeah, a win against Cagliari, comprehensive 4 victory. We are through to the semis. So it's Lazio, Como, Fiorentina, Roma. Will we see Fiorentina, the Season 1 Serie A champions, making the final? AS Roma going for a league title themselves? Lazio or the Minnows of Como going all the way to win the Coppa Italia? Well, we shall see. Semi-final, of course, being a 2-legged affair. First leg will be at the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Second leg back in North Italy at Lake Como. So, yeah, following game, back to matters in the league, trying to stay in the title race, let alone the top 4, taking on Torino, as the lads from Turin would come to Como here for a battle of North Italian sides. We'd take the lead, and then 67 minutes in, Torino would find their leveler. Pat Gacca drilling one in at the near post. Just belt one past Caprile, who didn't have enough time to react. So Torino back on level terms. 16 minutes to go. Still tied at 1-1 though, needing the win here. I mentioned before, you know, we often slip up against the biggest of teams in the Serie A, you know, your Milanos, your Inters, your Romes, and so on. So that does mean if we are to be in this title race, we need to win these games. These have to be bankers, especially at home. And whilst we would lose our lead, we'd restore it with 13 minutes to go. This guy's been amazing for me. You know, club record signing now at, what was it, 22 million, I think it was? Lorenzo Colombo. Yep, 2-1. Gets our second and wins it with 12 minutes to go. I love how the other goal scorer was the young Colombo out of the academy. I love that. Maybe this is his cousin or something, I don't know. But the Colombos getting the goals there as we win it by 2-1. Following game, Napoli, South Italy, Naples at the Maradona Stadium here. Is it the... it's not called... Is it? No, it still is, isn't it? Stadio San Paolo, but it's now called the... is it the Estadio Diego Maradona, I think? Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but previously known as the Stadio San Paolo, taking on Napoli away in the beautiful city of Naples. We take the lead through Buffon in the first half, but in the second half here... that's one you want to see on the replay there to analyse that. So, yeah, really unfortunate goal here. I can't pronounce this guy's name. Kvaratskhelia, the Georgian with the goal. But what I was trying to do here, for those curious, is basically bring out Caprile as my sweeper keeper as the through ball came in. Unfortunately, I didn't realise my defender was going to be auto-switching to the ball and the man deemed to be in possession. So because of that, the triangle button you hold on the PlayStation to bring your goalkeeper out is also, unfortunately, the same button as the through ball button if you're in possession. So basically what it means, if you're in possession, you're going to play a through ball. If you're out of possession, the triangle button means your goalkeeper rushes out of his goal. So, yeah, the game deemed I was in possession, not out of possession, and that's why, unfortunately, it ended up being a chip through ball, because I was also holding the L1 button. So what I was trying to do to analyse that goal there was bring out Caprile as my sweeper keeper with the ball out of possession and, you know, 50-50, if you will. Unfortunately, the game determined I was in possession of the ball, and that's why it turned out to be a chip through ball back to the goalkeeper. Caprile caught in no man's land. The Georgian converts, and then later on in the game, Napoli found their winner. So, first loss in a while, away at Naples. And for the following game, Cagliari. Now, this was massive. You just saw the league table there. It is so close in the race, not just for the title, but for the top 4 as well. And if we want to stay in there and guarantee Challenge League football next season, well, Cagliari, they're the other in-form team. us and Cagliari performing way above expectations. So this was a massive meeting between the two informed sides this season. Who would start off stronger? In the end, it was Cagliari. Caprile bailed me out earlier, making an amazing save, but the visitors would find their lead half an hour in, and a deserved one as well. Zappa drilling past Caprile, and we're a goal down, and on course for our second loss in 2 games. Could not afford this one here at home to a side who, like us, are battling for a top 4 place. 10 minutes to go. Man, what a signing he's been. Lorenzo Colombo, not my top scorer this year, that's Pat Cutrone, but just behind him is our new number 9 as he converts home from close range to make it 1-1. We're back on level terms. I will take a point just to make sure Cagliari would not beat us in this very tight battle for not just the title, but for the top 4 as well. It is stoppage time, final kick of the game. What a fantastic ball that was there to pick out the number 24. Now that was a brilliant through ball, and then Claudio Ranieri, look at this Ranieri running up the sidelines there, turning back the clock. It's always funny when it's the manager you'd least expect. We've all seen those memes of Steve Bruce bolting out like Usain Bolt, you know, when those late goal or penalty shootout celebrations were first added to the next gen consoles. But Claudio Ranieri, of all managers, doing that, you gotta love it. But Cagliari do steal the 3 points to the death, back-to-back losses. And now we're starting to feel the pressure. Following game, we're back in Rome at the Stadio Olimpico against Lazio, but this time for a matter and a meeting in the Cup. Heading into the game, trying to avoid 3 straight defeats in all competitions. The winning and unbeaten run over, we needed to respond, and we didn't start off that way. Yep, early on into the game, Akpro gives Lazio the lead. It's a 1-goal advantage for the host. I thought, okay, it's a 2-legged affair, just don't collapse here, don't collapse. Well, 24 minutes to go, Felipe Anderson rolls it back, and it's a double for Akpro. Yep, Lazio 2 goals up with 23 minutes to go, and I was thinking, oh man, we all know form in career is so OP and on full display. Great unbeaten run. Now we're going to have 3 losses on the trot. But I thought, you know what, if we're going to lose the game, that's fine. We've got to take something back with us to Lake Como. It's a 2-legged affair, so we need to make sure we don't capitulate and throw in the towel here. There's a whole other leg to play. Get something from this game if you can, and we would as well. What a brilliant ball this was by Pafundi to find Lucas Colla, unmarked at the back stick, who simply couldn't miss, and there is the positive I needed. Now we're still 90 minutes away from an exit in the semi-finals, but it's not over yet. 90 minutes, we need to overcome that 1-goal deficit, and that Lucas Colla goal does give us a chance. How we lost that game 2-0 in the second leg, I'll probably just throw out a backup side and say, do you know what, Lazio, enjoy your final. We're going to focus on the top 4 place now, but we're still in it courtesy of that late goal by the Swiss right midfielder. So, yep, 2-1 loss, 3 defeats on the trot though, and we needed to get back to winning ways here for our final game today. Udinese away from home, and you just knew this guy who's having a brilliant full season at Como here was going to get a goal. Yep, back at Udinese for the first time since leaving. Simone Pafundi, the wonder kid, makes it 1-0. We're in front early, and in 38 minutes in, Udinese looking for their leveller. A great save by Caprile, kept to the 1-0, and then Bamba. What a massive block there by Ibrahima, man. I must say, he's probably my favourite player in this team, you know, Ibrahima Bamba. He's a ball-playing defender, he's sublime, he's so physical, but also so comfortable on the ball as well, and still getting better and better since coming in episode number 1. Big block there, keeps it at 1-0, and then from the goal kick, we pass our way forward, and Patrick Cutrone would double our lead as well. So big swing there, Udinese could have found their level. Instead, Pat gets the goal, makes it 2-0. First goal in a while for Pat, to be fair, but a big 3 points confirmed by the club captain, and that would do it. 3 losses on the trot, but back to winning ways. We're a big win away there against Udinese. But you see the league table here, 10 games to go. Man, it is tight. We're only 2 points behind Roma, but there's just 3 points separating 1st to 5th. I think European football now is looking increasingly likely, being 13 clear of Lazio and 8th. But the question is, can we stay in the title race? Can we stay in the top 4? And can we overturn the deficit and make it through to our first ever domestic cup final? That will end today's episode of the Summer Career, guys. Big fan, which hope you enjoyed it. If you had, then please do drop a like. So you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Summer Career Mode very soon.